Hi, my name is Remon Kariae. I'm here at Fiorella's Express, and today we're going to make an eggplant parmesan. The first step in making the eggplant parmesan is going to be the sauce. We're going to make a nice, simple, plump tomato basil sauce for you that's going to accompany the eggplant. First thing we do, we start off with a little bit of oil, just a couple of tablespoons. We're going to saute some fresh chopped garlic in the oil. Until it's nice and golden brown. We want to make sure that we don't burn the garlic. Once the garlic is cooked, we're going to add some white wine. Now, the white wine helps stop the garlic from cooking so that way it doesn't burn. The white wine should take about 2 to 3 minutes to cook down to reduce it by about half. At that point, we want to add the tomatoes. Once we add the tomatoes, we're going to bring the temperature up. Now that we got the sauce up to temperature, we just get a light bubble. We're going to add our fresh basil and stir that in. And then salt and pepper to taste. We're going to blend in all the ingredients, bring it back up to temperature, just sit with the light bubble, and then set that aside so that we can put together our eggplant for the eggplant parmesan. When you're picking your eggplant, you want to make sure that it's a little firm to the touch. If it's too soft, it's not ripe. I mean, it's too ripe. So best way is I like cutting it nice and thin, about a 1/4 inch slices. You want to cut the ends off because you don't really use the ends. Don't try frying it; they're not good. So throw away the ends, and we're just going to cut them nice and even, about a 1/4 inch slice. Now once we cut the eggplant, next thing that we want to do is season our breadcrumbs. Now we are using a plain breadcrumb. If you're feeling a little lazy, you can go out to the store and buy the Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. But it's a nice, easy, simple way to do it at home. What we do is get some Italian seasoning, some granulated garlic, and then just a little salt and pepper. And it really makes the eggplant come out. I mean, these flavors are excellent. Just blend in all the seasonings with the breadcrumbs. And now that the breadcrumbs are nice and seasoned and ready, we're going to prepare our egg wash. We've taken 4 eggs, a little milk, and now we're going to beat it all together. And now we're ready to bread and fry. First step, we want to take the eggplant and dredge it in flour. Make sure you get flour on all sides. Shake off the excess, and we drop it into an egg wash. Now this step, you have to be a little bit careful because if you use the same hand that you're going to bread it with, your hands will start getting breaded itself. So I use my left hand in the egg wash, put it in the breadcrumbs, and then use my right hand to bread it with. Get both sides. You have a beautiful breaded eggplant. I'm going to continue to do the rest of the eggplant, and I'll see you back at the frying pan. Now that we have our oil up to temperature, we're going to be ready to fry our eggplant. Want to keep the heat at about medium. As the temperature, it's about 350 degrees for the oil. Put in as many eggplants as you can, probably about, depending on the size of your frying pan, you should be able to fit about 4 or 5 in there. We're going to fry each side for approximately like 2 minutes. You just want to get a nice golden brown color on it. You don't want to overcook the eggplant because we're going to bake it after it's done. So right now we just want to get it nice golden brown on both sides. You can check the eggplant a little underneath just to make sure it's, golden brown before you flip them. Depending on the temperature of your oil, it may take less than 2 minutes, so you just want to keep an eye on it. And we're ready for our next batch. Now we have our eggplant ready to assemble. We're going to use the sauce that we cooked earlier. We're going to put a little bit on the bottom of the pan just to coat it first so the eggplant doesn't stick. A nice even coating there. And we're going to put one layer of eggplant on the bottom. It's okay to overlap if you need to. You want to get all the areas of the pan covered. So we have one layer of eggplant. We're going to add a layer of sauce. You can put as much sauce as you want or as little as you want. I mean, it's all personal preference. There really isn't a right or wrong way. I just like to make sure that it's a balance. I mean, everything is a balance. You don't want anything that's too overwhelming that's going to take over the flavor of the eggplant. We have our layer of sauce. We put shredded mozzarella cheese. And again, this is something that you can do as, as much or as little as you want. Some Romano cheese as well. We use a Pecorino Romano. You can use a Parmesan, whatever you like. The Pecorino Romano has a nice, robust flavor, so I really like using that for most of the dishes that we make. So we have one layer complete. Now we do that same thing again with the rest of the eggplant. So we have another layer of eggplant, another layer of sauce. And you just want to save a little bit of sauce for the end, because once we bake the eggplant, when it comes out and you're ready to serve, you just want to add a little bit of sauce on top right before it goes out. It just gives it a nice look. You want to add a little Pecorino Romano on top. It looks beautiful. Another layer of cheese. And then Romano cheese. And now our eggplant is ready to bake. So we preheated the oven to about 400 degrees. We're going to put this in the oven for about 15-20 minutes. Just depends on the temperature. Ovens can vary. You should kind of have a feel for your own oven. Once we bake that for about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, until the cheese is nice light brown on top, a little bubbly, and ready to serve. So we just pulled the eggplant out of the oven. Has a nice golden brown color to it, and we're ready to serve. Now, the beauty about this eggplant is that you can serve it by itself as a meal, or alongside some pasta, and any of your favorite pasta dishes. And you can actually even just put it in a sandwich and have a nice eggplant Parmesan sandwich. So it's very versatile, and it's, as you can see, really easy to cook. And you can cut it to as big or small as you want. I'm just doing a nice piece here so that you can see all the cheese oozing out. And as I said before, we want to just top it when you serve it with a little bit of sauce. So have some sauce that's left over from before, right on top. A little Romano cheese. You can always put a nice fresh piece of basil on top just to make it look nice. So this is our nice eggplant Parmesan.